Take 3. So, originally I started to do this and got it wrong. Then did it again and was doing great, and then I swore, and I figured, well, there might be some people who use this exercise who don't appreciate swearing. So I'll try to avoid that this time round. At least this bit I've practiced, so I should get it perfect. So you've probably done this exercise recently. If you listen to exercise 1, where you've been drawing boxes, then you've been drawing the circles within them as perfectly as possible. And I say perfectly in the loosest sense because even my circles are not perfect here. But trying to get them within the box without crossing boundaries, and then getting the cross where the points end up in the corners of the box without passing the circle. So you've been doing that exercise, and it's great if you've been doing it and you've been finding good results. It's even great if you have been doing it and finding bad results, because at the end of the day you've been getting results, and that's the main thing. Disregard that one. That one's awful. So in exercise 2, I thought I'd ramp things up a little bit and use this process that you've been using, but in a different sense. And there's a reason why I've written this name here, Graham Shaw. He does a fantastic TED Talk where he gets a whole audience to draw one picture, and then he does a few other pictures, but he does it by just giving them some simple instructions, and it helps that he has an example in front of him as well. But this is an example that when I've had to help people who have wanted to draw, this is one of the first few things that I've shown them. So I thought for exercise 2, it'd be great to show you. I would recommend that you do look up on YouTube Graham Shaw on his TED Talk, because there's so much more to it. He's taught classes of people who wouldn't ordinarily, or wouldn't have the confidence, or wouldn't have the belief in themselves to do anything, regardless of whether it's drawing or something like that, and then gets them to encourages them to reach their own potentials. And that's something that's very strong with me. So I do ask that once you've watched this, once you've given the exercise a go, you go and watch him, and watch him do it far more strongly than I do. I've got this down to, the last one was 4 minutes before I swore, so we're doing all right so far. So this exercise, like I say, I usually teach it to people who wouldn't, it's not normally an actual drawing class per se, it's something more akin to spirituality, but drawing is a part of it. So when I teach it, this part is to show that anybody can draw. Yes, they might be a stick man, but at the end of the day, a stick man is better than not drawing at all, or not having the ability to draw. So what I want you to do is to follow these simple instructions. I say simple in the loosest term as well, because 9 times out of 10, in fact 10 times out of 10, there's usually somebody, or at least 2 people in a class when I'm teaching this bit, that will get some of the instructions wrong, and that's fine, because that shows your individuality and also shows that practice will make perfect. So you may get it wrong the first time round, but you'll get it on the second time round. If you don't get it on the second time round, you get it on the third time round. If you don't get it on the third time round, just keep having a go. You'll get there eventually. If you get to 6 weeks and you're still getting the first bit wrong, then maybe drawing's not for you. No, I'm kidding. Just keep practicing and you'll get it. So here's the little instructions. Just try and follow along as best as you can. Don't worry about getting it wrong. Just take your own interpretation. You'll have the image in front of you as well. But if you go wrong, don't bother correcting it. Just learn for next time. So first, I want you to draw a backward C, like so. Then, just trying to remember what comes next. Right, so then I want you to draw a bowl not far away from the sea, like so. Then at the other end of this bowl, I want you to draw a sea the right way round. Follow me so far. Then above this sea, I want you to draw a O or zero or circle. Just say circle, Matt. Name reveal. Then I want you to draw another O or circle or zero hiding behind that C, like so. You might start to see a few things that you think, okay, yeah, I can see where this is going, but go with me. Now inside that big C, I want you to draw another backwards C, just a bit smaller, okay? And then underneath the bowl, on this side, on the left-hand side, I want you to draw a snake, almost as though you're going to draw an S, but without the top bit or the bottom bit. Okay, you're starting to see where things are happening now. Then I want you to draw a longer snake on the other side, but it's going to come inwards instead of outwards. I know what I mean. Like so. So you've now drawn a snake going the other way from that C. Then I want you to draw a couple of clouds above the zeros. And then I want you to try and draw half a cloud on top of what you can probably now start to see is a head. We're going to draw one more cloud underneath the C that's the right way round. And then finally, we're going to draw a couple of dots inside the zeros. So now you can see that just from doing that, just from a few simple instructions, we've got a face. If I was to go a little bit further, do a bit more, a few more clouds there. It's not perfect, but the idea is that it looks something akin to Albert Einstein. It's not perfect, but it's nearly there. Yeah, I can hear you all saying no, it's not. But it is a face, it is a head, and just through a few simple instructions, you've got that. Now, again, may not be perfect. You may not have got the C's or the snakes or the bowl in the right place, but you've got something there, and that's what counts. And now you've done it once, we'll give it another go. We'll try a few different things this time. So we'll still do the backwards C. And this is what's also important with drawing, is that a lot of times you'll find that even though you're drawing something different, you'll go through the same steps to begin with. So you'll do, in this instance, in this cartoon character, you'll do the backwards C to get the similar look and feel of the character. We'll do a small C again inside their ear. And this is where we'll probably change things up a little bit. Change their expression. We'll do a line instead of a bowl this time. And we'll change their features as well. We'll do half a triangle, or 2/3 of a triangle even. And underneath that triangle, we'll match it up with another line to the end of that one. We'll still do a snake underneath that line instead of that bowl. And we'll do another snake this side. And then change things up again. We'll do square this side this time, and half a square this side. I'm going to match it up with an upside down bowl. We'll go ahead and stick the dots in there straight away. And then instead of clouds this time, we're going to go with a few peaks. So you're drawing an explosion of some kind. And we'll do a bit of it there as well. And then if you really want to change the mood of that character, we'll draw a few lines there as well. And again, we could change things up a little bit by scribbling on there, scribbling on there. And we've got an angry looking Rolf Harris. Maybe not the best look that we want. We'll do one more. This time round, we'll do half a triangle upside down for the ear. We'll do it again inside the ear. Since we've got it already, we're going to use the point of that ear to make the first half of the snake. We'll use a bowl again this time, so from the corner, from the bottom point of that half a triangle, we'll create a bowl. On this side, we'll draw the other half of the snake. We'll do half a triangle again for the nose. We're not going to do circles or zeros this time. Instead, we're just going to put the dots in. I'm going to draw a line above those. And then we're going to do a bit of a helmet that comes down into a waterfall behind there. You can accent that as hair by doing that. And then I think we'll finish this off by doing a few circles there. And if you really feel up to it, you can do a quick bowl or upside down bowl there, another one there, and a bowl underneath. And a few more sort of rainbowish lines there. So this time we've created a different sort of Spockish looking woman. So have a go with those, have a play with shapes and what you can make out of them. Have a watch of that TED Talk and just play around with things. Just have a go at drawing different objects, different animals, different characters. It's crazy how it goes from being able to draw silly little characters like this to drawing full-blown people and stuff. It is a gradual process. It feels silly at the time, but the more you do it, the more you build up on it. So I'm going to close this at 14 minutes. I hope you've enjoyed this exercise. Look forward to coming up with another idea for you in the future. All good things, and see you soon. Bye.